My in-laws are obsessed with me. Episode 72.
Pereshati.
You shouldn't run.
Didn't you say her ladyship was ill?
She seems well. What a relief.
I called the priests because she wasn't baptized when she was born. She can't go to church in her state for now, so.
Oh.
Baptized? What's that?
It means that we're blessing your birth.
Let's sit down for a moment, shall we?
Please continue. It's fine that her grace stays.
Oh, okay.
He mentioned a partnership with the church. They must be looking to discuss that. I'll be outside with a slet. Please continue.
Did you do this too?
Of course.
I feel like I washed my hair.
3 days later. May I help you?
I have something to discuss, Your Grace.
This feels familiar.
You talked about traveling back in time, did you not? To tell you the truth, I didn't believe it.
I did figure.
With a sled's tail, it's easy to make the story up. I thought you were rather skilled at telling lies as if they were true. Going back in time is an absurdity to begin with. However, we found a similar case while investigating the servants working at our cousin's manor. Early last spring. That's the period you mentioned. A lady's maid suddenly asked for a change of position. She insisted she wished to clean chimneys instead. She persuaded the cleaner herself and asked the manager several times. The estate manager at the time was curious, but decided to grant her the position change. It's rather odd, is it not? Why would she insist on doing something so laborious when she was already in a more comfortable position?
Then what happened to the cleaner who switched positions with her?
Right, he died after a few days. He was exposed to our blood.
Why would he tell me this? He doesn't trust people easily. Don't tell me.
Please don't look at me like that. I found this out with some coaxing and minor threats. I did not experiment on them with our blood. Everyone had a different way of being exposed to the curse. But the pain, the time, the memories, she shared the same elements with you and Islet. Thus far, I thought our curse was a form of genetic disease. The painkiller does work to a certain extent. My brother was born with particularly toxic blood. The same goes for my eldest cousin and Selfie. Kin married each other once. That's all. But that itself had an impact on the curse. I figured the curse was a form of genetic illness, intensified by incestuous marriage. I truly did not want to believe this, but it seems something supernatural is certainly at play. It's not that we ruled out superstitious matters in our investigation. But as you well know, almost no document exists on that matter, and investigating it itself could be a problem. I didn't want to waste my time on something groundless. Minimizing the pain from our blood itself was a handful for me.
Is that why the priests came by?
Yes. We're going to conduct a thorough investigation before it's too late. I thought you should know.
I'm Lord Phineas's daughter.
Yes, you're going to leave with me soon.
Good for you, Alette. But I want to be Pereshati's sister.
You will be, even as my daughter.
Well, this is a rather complex relationship.
We're going to start the investigation at the capital and then broaden the scope. And I'll be leaving with the sled. It's time she goes out into the world. I've been avoiding my responsibility, making excuses that I'm busy with my research on the curse. Fortunately, I managed to leave home and avoid marriage as a young man. So, now, it's time I take responsibility for at least one thing.
So he meant he'll adopt a slut.
Your Grace. The supplies you ordered arrived. The housekeeper is requesting your confirmation. May I escort you there?
Certainly.
This feels awkward.
Same here.
I went back to my hometown with my father during my leave.
I met my sister. I hadn't seen her in ages.
Girls, that's enough. They didn't get to go on leave.
It's fine. Don't mind us. We're finally done working the stables.
I thought I'd never get to set foot in the manor again. I swear, I'll be forever loyal to Her Grace. Why did that silly girl say such nonsense in the presence of the young master? Did you see those two checking the delivery? They seem to be fine. Divorce? Rubbish.
Exactly.
I hear she's moved to the young master's residence. I'm never talking to her again.
But she wrote a letter to me a while back. She said she could only write reports for Her Grace and a letter to me. And even those had to be thoroughly examined. She swore she'd be careful from now on. She deserves more punishment. I mean, why did we have to take the blame? You could say those things, because you didn't go through what we did.
Still, you made it back. Besides, we'll have a lighter workload from now on. The housekeeper said the former Grand Duchess and family doctor were leaving. Our positions will be shuffled again.
Gasp, really? Yippee. I'm so glad. Things weren't that difficult thanks to having more staff, but running into the nobles makes me nervous. Exactly. And that's what I call more workload.
You all should watch your mouths from now on. Your punishment and hers were far lighter compared to what you did. It's all thanks to Her Grace. So let's work and be grateful. You too. Stop crying. We gathered here to celebrate your return. Now, let's eat.
All right.
And when we're finished, someone remind me to return the key to the kitchen girl.
Sure.
Your memory is as shoddy as ever. None of this would have happened if her memory was like yours.
Come on. Let's cut her some slack just this once.
Episode 73. A few days later.
I don't want to go.
We're not going that far.
You're only going just outside the capital. Lord Phineas said he'd come back to the residence once a month.
That's right, Alette. Just think of it as a fun trip. But still, I don't want to say goodbye to Pereshati and Selfie.
My lady.
We'll be off.
And so, Lord Phineas left with a slet. The former Grand Duchess is also leaving to take care of the delayed business back in the Grand Dukedom. Will he vacate the residence in the capital as well? The social season is almost over.
Oh, and this is another letter for Her Grace.
A lot of people are going back to the Grand Dukedom and would like to see you once more.
As for the letter from the Duchess, I'll respond saying I shall partake in the next gathering. I have to go see my uncle soon, so send this to the Count Dom.
Yes, Your Grace.
He must be thirsty.
We invite you to share with us the celebration of love and commitment. It would be our greatest pleasure if Your Graces, the Grand Duke and Grand Duchess Lapillion, would honor us with your presence in the celebration of our marriage. My dearest Pereshati, I'm getting married. I'd invite you both since it's customary to specify both the husband and wife when sending an invitation to a married couple, but I don't want to trouble you. It's fine if your husband can't make it and you come by yourself. Better yet, if you're occupied as well, we can meet sometime later. Do let me know either way.
My goodness, Your Grace. You look absolutely stunning.
We also prepared other gowns fit for a guest at a wedding. It is an honor to be called here once again.
But what if Her Grace outshines the bride? That would be quite troublesome. Hee hee.
Well, that can't be helped, can it?
Why? Why is it that I get exhausted even quicker than before? Break time.
Oh, come to think of it. Adius sent me a letter, saying he was disrespectful to you. Did he maybe?
It's nothing to be concerned about.
If that's her response, it means he did something terribly wrong. I shouldn't bring him up again and risk displeasing her. It's about time I cut that bastard out of my circle of friends.
They said they'd marry when her fiancé inherits the title of Baron. I can't believe that time has already come. They truly seem to be in love. I'll take the third gown.
Yes, Your Grace. Shall we ask him to make an outfit for His Grace with the same design?
Oh. I think he's going to come, seeing how we signed a marriage contract to help one another. But a lot has happened so far, so I don't even know how to bring it up.
Your Grace. There were some new fabrics that came in recently. I thought they'd be well suited for you. They're not the promised gowns, but I felt inspired, so I made them in your size we measured a while back. Would you like to try them on?
They'd be quite nice as evening attire. My goodness! Look at the quality of the fabric.
Oh.
Please, try it on.
Even you want me to put it on?
You made Her Grace pick her own clothes before as well. I think you should have paid more attention to her. You said you'd care more about the rumors, did you not? Then you should start from the residence. You should have acted even before Her Grace asked. For married couples, invitations from friends are as important as other gatherings.
I saw the Grand Duchess sending a letter to the Countdom regarding some business.
Pardon? Oh, yes. This time she's making preparations with her kin in the Countdom.
For what?
I don't know the details. But I think she's preparing for the future. Oh, and I also gave her the documents on the former Countess Sahart, but she didn't say much of it.
Your Grace. Good afternoon. Her Grace is changing inside.
You heard him. You should wait out here. What? Well, I'll be over there looking over some documents.
Let me take a break for a moment.
Oh, I think she's coming out.
Huh.
Your Grace. Why? Why did you stop?
I forgot to ask you earlier, but the wedding. Would you like to come with me?
Of course.
Thank you.
Your Grace, please be careful. We don't even have any duplicates for these. Your Grace. Your Grace. His reaction. I've never seen him like that my entire time serving him. Don't tell me. He's...
What do you think about this gown, Your Grace?
I think it looks amazing on you. It's perfect. I want her by my side. I want to be able to look at her all the time.